as well. Here we go. Ravens third recap here. So we're going to do that next week. Next week, we're going to see who's going to make the 53. We're going to predict it right here. But this week, we're going to talk more about training camp. We had an actual game this week. Ravens have a game this week as well. So we're definitely going to go over all of that as well. Who is thumbs up, thumbs down, all of that stuff as well. Had a bit of tough stuff that happened here this week to the Ravens. We'll go over that game this week going against the Falcons. So they're going to be downtown at M&T Bank, downtown Baltimore with that. So let's talk about the first game. Let's go over it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. So the Ravens played the Eagles. I shared my thoughts on that. If you want to check that out on the Twitch page. But overall, thumbs up as far as the first game and also representing the camp overall. What's going on? In the game, Nate Wiggins. Nate Wiggins was terrific. The only negative was he got hurt. He's going to have to sit out for practice a little while. No reason for him to play anymore. He looked like the best player on the field, highest PFF grade. He could be a better version of Peters. He's going to frustrate some fans at times because he's not a traditional corner. Doesn't need to be. He's got great speed. He's an outstanding outside cornerback. He's going to probably play in the slot initially with the injury at the beginning of the season here to Arthur Millette. So definitely Nate Wiggins. Absolutely thumbs up. Andrew Voorhees. You're not hearing any more about the left guard competition. I think Voorhees looked good. I think he will start. I think they want him to start. I think he's handling it well. He's getting complimented by the defense as well. Only concern, he has an injury history. He wasn't healthy. It wasn't just a combine. He had a couple injuries at USC. But absolutely, Andrew Voorhees is an outstanding guard. I definitely think thumbs up for him. Look good. Owen Wright is looking like he's taking the RB3 away from Ali. Ali was injured this week. I think in the game, he kind of outplayed him. I do believe they'll carry 3 running backs at the beginning of the season. You know, one of them is not going to be Keaton Mitchell. They're going to carry 3 running backs. I definitely think it is going to be. I definitely think it's going to be Owen Wright to be one of these backs and carry him. So Owen Wright is definitely taking that third running back spot away as well. So I definitely think Owen Wright definitely is in that third running back spot. Roger Rosengarten. I don't think he looked quite as good to me as Andrew Voorhees. He was also splitting time. He played, I think it was 18 snaps in the game. So he played a little bit less. Not worried about that. I think he's going to need some reps, but I think he is going to become the starting right tackle by game 1. I don't think if it's not in game 1 when they play Kansas City, shortly after that, Rosengarten I thought looked pretty good. So I definitely think Rosengarten definitely is getting there. They may start McCarr for a game or 2, but I think by the end of the season going forward, I think definitely he's getting there. Ben Cleveland played well at center. Interesting with Ben Cleveland. I think I've kind of figured this. You know, we keep hearing training camp reports. This guy's not playing well. He's falling off start. He's not starting. He's this and that. But you know what? When I see him, he never looks that bad. He looked good in the game, and he looks pretty decent when we see him. Some guys maybe I think he's just in Harbaugh's doghouse. Like, he's not maybe a good practice player or something, but he never looks terrible when I actually see him in games. He's not all pro by any stretch, but when I see him in games, he never looks terrible. I mean, he looked pretty good at center. I thought, now again, not going against the first team with all that, et cetera, et cetera. So that factors in as well. But, you know, wasn't like he played terrible in that. So definitely keep that in mind with that. All right. Thumbs up for the Ravens. Daniel Falele. Yeah. Daniel, I don't know what to say about Daniel Falele. Daniel Falele just didn't play well. It just didn't look good. That's kind of what I was just talking about with Ben Cleveland. Falele is ahead of Ben Cleveland at the right guard. Ben Cleveland never looked like that on Saturday. Like he just, it, it's weird. You put him at tackle, he's not quick enough. You put him at guard, he's not. You put him at guard, he's not quick enough. He's not fast enough at the tackle spot. That's what it looks like with him. So interested to see what happens with Falele. He should start, I would think, but it'd be interesting to see what actually happens with him there as well. David Ajabo, boy oh boy. I kind of commented on this and said that he's turning into uh, like Ronnie Stanley. So he didn't play in the game at all. He's been practicing. Well, not exactly. He's been on the side. He's still working his way in. Well, he had ACL surgery. Yeah, he had one, then he had another one. Now he's working his way back in. Well, he's not cleared yet. Well, then he had two good practices. What's going on? I'm confused. That's what this is turning into. Like I don't know what's going on with the Jabo. You hear thing. This is kind of like the opposite of Ben Cleveland. Like it's you always hear these great things, but we never really see it. So interesting to see what happens there. I'm pretty sure Van Way is going to start. Thumbs down. Josh Johnson, oh, man, not good. I don't think there's a reason why he's like 39 and never started. Uh, I think I still like him as a third quarterback. I think that's what they were hoping, that maybe he would step up if you give him more reps or whatever, a second quarterback. But I think it's clear he's a third quarterback. Nelson Aguilar and Devontae Walker haven't been great in camp either. I thought Nelson Aguilar had some drops. I don't think was great in the game, unpresent in the game. Haven't heard that much about Devontae Walker. So I think he's a little bit behind Aguilar, but hoping that we would hear more about him stepping up, becoming the third receiver as well there. So that's thumbs up and thumbs down. Outside linebacker, third round. Isaac came up with 11 on Evan actions, came up with his first sack of Jackson, who was scrambling around to avoid other rushers for the Sunday practice. I think Isaac is probably going to be inactive for some games here at the start. I think he's missed at this point. I think he's missed about too much practice time to start immediately, but I still really like it. I definitely think he definitely plays like they want to play. It may take him about a half season working because he's still kind of working his way in as well. We will see what's going on, but I think that's good to see him on the field getting reps. Rashad Bateman practiced for the first time in a week the other day on Tuesday, participating in an early portion before shutting it down on Monday. This is another one. Bateman has been in and out. Look, fans keep telling me he's fine. I don't know. Again, missing practice, missing game, missing this. Best ability is availability. I could say this. Bateman as a receiver, no concern at all. He's absolutely a number one level receiver when he's on the field. But that's the problem. When can we get him on the field and be that number one receiver? They're definitely counting on him now. Just talked about how Aguilar and Devonta and Nelson Aguilar have looked. So him in the training room is not a good thing as well. So interesting to see what happens. We're going to talk about Kyle Hamilton here. Twice suffered apparent low leg injury Sunday's practice. Ran and stretched a member of the training staff early in Monday's practice. So, yeah, we don't want that because Kyle Hamilton, I think, is one of the better safeties in the league. I don't think there's any question about it. He's top shelf. A little bit of a scare, but we will see. TJ Tampa played in for individual drills coming off the PUP list on Monday. Harbaugh and hope Tampa be healthy enough to see game action before the preseason ends. Don't think we're going to see him at the Falcons game. I doubt it. He's still working his way in, kind of like Isaac. He's missed so much of camp. It's a bigger deal when you're a rookie. So I think it's a big deal, honestly, for any player. But it's a bigger deal when you're a rookie. You're still learning. You're still figuring things out. Then when you start behind, it's going to take a little bit longer. Good news is I don't think it's going to start. I don't think it's going to affect them for the long term. But yeah, still got a little bit of work to do there. Tight end Mark Andrews avoided injury Wednesday morning after being involved in a car accident. So shout out that he's okay. Um, that's scary. I've been in a car accident. I should be dead right now after the car accident I was in, and thank God I'm still here, and thank God Mark Andrews is still here. I mean, cars have come a long way with safety, and thank goodness he's okay. He did not practice Wednesday. I think John Harbaugh stated that he was scheduled off anyway. He wasn't going to practice because he's a vet now. So good anyway that he didn't actually have to practice. Also, one more thing, Joe Delisandris is dealing with an acute illness that will require ongoing treatment for extended period. So the Ravens have hired offensive line coach George Wortham as well. So this is a guy Harbaugh was grateful. It looks like he came close to getting a job with the Ravens before, so they were happy with him getting that. Shout out to Joe D, offensive line coach. Hopefully he's well. Forget about all the problems with the offensive line and all the other stuff. Just our thoughts and prayers are with him that he has to go to the hospital. He's about 70 years old now. So yeah, Joe D is injured. So hopefully things work out with him so he's able to come back to the team and hopefully, but all is well with his health. So we're hoping for that. But the Ravens, in lieu of that, knowing that he will not be here for a while, did make a coaching change, somebody to replace him while he is out. All right. So, camp so far. Overall, I think defense is ahead of the offense here so far. Defense, nothing I've seen with the defense. Every day, defense is kind of ahead of the offense. Lamar is doing his thing. Lamar is Lamar. he's able to get it to tight ends. He's able to get it to Mark Andrews. Isaiah likely had a good day. Had several good days. Anthony Miller apparently has had a couple good days here. So that's all good. So, but definitely defense has been more dominant than the offense. Offense kind of figuring it out a bit. Few new pieces as well. The backup quarterback thing, I don't think it's going to work. They're doing something. Got to look at Tannehill out. Ryan Tannehill is the obvious one. I'm sure they're going to be what they're probably going to do. Would be the most Raven-like thing is wait till the final cuts of another team and just pick up somebody right before the season when it's as cheap as possible. That's my guess as well. Unless, Tannehill or somebody like they're interested in really calls them and says, hey, I'll play for the minimum. I think that's probably what's going to happen. But it is, man, I can't see them playing. I can't see them going in the season with Josh Johnson all season the way he's looked. Devin Leary doesn't look ready either. Devin Leary wasn't good. He was, at least he's more athletic, ran the ball. Neither of these guys look like they're ready. So let's see how that goes as well. All right. So let's go through our list